Today, I'm going over the Champion Copper Plus spark plugs made for the Jeep Wrangler 4.0 liter. You will find a link to purchase this and other models at a discount in the description below the video. You can place your order right now. I wish I could show the plugs on camera, but I have to stick with a screen recording. Still, the goal is simple. I want to show what these plugs offer, where they fall short, and what you can expect if you're thinking about using them on an older Wrangler. The first thing worth mentioning is that these plugs stick to a basic copper core design, nothing fancy, no platinum tips or iridium coatings. And honestly, that's fine for the 4.0 engine. That motor was built around simple copper plugs, and it usually runs smoother on them than on the more expensive ones. When you look at the product details, you see the usual promises about consistent performance, decent heat control, and reliable starts.
Did you know that the best discounts on Amazon last only a few hours? That's why I launched 2 channels where I publish the highest discounts on Amazon products in real time every day. Follow the link in the description and subscribe to our Threads and Telegram channels right now to consistently save money on your everyday purchases.
In real use, they deliver pretty much that. They're not meant to boost power or improve fuel economy in any dramatic way. They just do the job. When you drop them into a high-mileage 4.0, you usually feel a steadier idle right away. The engine tends to fire cleaner, especially if the old plugs were worn or uneven. But it's not a magic fix. If you have other issues like bad coils or dirty injectors, the plugs alone won't change much. They also need to be replaced more often than platinum or iridium options. That's the trade-off. Copper conducts better, but it doesn't last as long. Most people swap them out every 20 to 30,000 miles, sometimes sooner if the engine burns a little oil. One thing I noticed is that the gap on these isn't always perfect out of the box. It's pretty common with copper plugs. The 4.0 engine likes a specific gap, so you should always check it before installation. If you skip that step, you might end up with a misfire or a rough idle that feels like the plugs didn't help at all. The metal build is solid though. The threads seat cleanly, and the insulator doesn't feel fragile when you tighten them by hand before torquing them down. If you're running an older Wrangler with the classic inline 6, these plugs tend to match the engine's character. They're cheap, easy to replace, and they give a predictable result. They don't try to be something they're not. If you want longevity and don't mind paying more, then going with platinum or iridium plugs makes sense. But if you want the most compatible feel for the 4.0 and don't mind routine tune-ups, copper plugs remain the usual choice. During the full tune-up, these plugs usually pair well with new wires, a fresh distributor cap if your model still uses one, and a clean air filter. When all those pieces come together, the engine response improves in a way you can actually feel. Throttle pickup gets a bit tighter, cold starts become smoother, the engine sound evens out. Again, none of it feels dramatic, but on a 20-year-old vehicle, small differences matter. What stands out most is value. You get 6 plugs for the price some brands charge for a single fancy plug. For budget maintenance, that's hard to ignore. But be ready to replace them more often. If you rarely want to deal with the ignition system, these may annoy you. If you like doing simple maintenance yourself, they fit right in. That's the overview. Hope it helps. If you want more reviews like this, subscribe and hit like.